Hey up guys, welcome to the only place where you're going to get wrestling content from a blind person's point of view. This is Wrestling in the Dark, and today I wanted to talk about being the elite. In the lead up to Dynamite launching, this was something that I was worried about, was the level of investment that I was able to get in being the elite and how vital that might be towards the storytelling aspect of AEW. And whilst I feel that they've done a good job of building the stories on TV, they do still seem to lean on putting video packages in that they've used from being the elite, etc., etc. And I do feel like I've missed things. So I've been trying to watch a few of the episodes, and I've gone through this week's BTE, and I thought I'd decide to make this video and give you a little bit of an insight into what it's like to watch BTE from my perspective. I actually liked the start of the show. It was fairly... I'm not sure what the word for it was, because entertaining seems a bit strong. But it was Nick Jackson and Brandon Cutler talking. Nick's talking about the fact that Matt is not cleared for Dynamite and seems bummed out about it. Talks about travelling without Matt and how weird that feels. And he just seems like he's missing his brother. I do like the brotherly dynamic between the Bucks. And then we get... Brandon's like, yeah, but I've got you back, bro. And Nick just doesn't sound enthusiastic about it at all. Sounds really bummed out. Does a magic trick for Brandon, which Brandon doesn't even get, but still somehow finds amazing. And then Nick does another magic trick, does a disappearing quote-unquote trick, where he gets Brandon to turn away and then disappears once he's done the full 360. I assume it was done through the magic of editing. We get Merch Freak being screamed a lot going into the being the elite intro. Not sure who was even screaming it, not sure what was going on. BTE intro happens, and then we get like 46 seconds, I think, of just music, nothing going on there. And it's just like, with the being the elite intro, that's like over a minute of just listening to music that isn't necessarily even, it's not like gripping, thrilling music. It's just sort of background type music. We get a short little bit of SCU talking about the fact that they need a cab for their bags. We get a Leva Bates thing where someone tells her that the librarian thing sucks and she should stop pushing it on people. She says pretty quietly, I only just caught it, I think says, I miss Peter. Then we get 20 seconds of silence. It's like we get a noise like someone maybe knocking something over or throwing something, and then it's 20 seconds of just silence, and then crowd noise kicks in. And then it's like 45 seconds of just crowd noise and popping, reacting to whatever match they're watching, and we get the crowd counting the victory, and finally, ending my misery, Justin Roberts is on screen. In my opinion, this bit was the best bit of the episode. It was really, really funny. So Justin Roberts is there, and Leva Bates and Peter Avalon go up, and they ask him if they can have a conversation. He tells them that the following fall is scheduled for 45 seconds. And Peter Avalon's just stammering out his point, he's really confused by what Justin Roberts is doing, trying to stammer out his point. Roberts is acting like it's a match. You get to 15 seconds, he's like, 15 seconds gone. It's great, just counting it down like it's a match. And Avalon can't get his point out, and it was just absolutely brilliant. I did find that bit really funny. The best friends do the BTE mailbag after that. These are always sort of entertaining, but I always find them slightly awkward too. It's pretty funny that their character is just that they sort of hate doing it. They get asked a couple of little funny questions, pointless ones for the most part, like they get asked tater tots, wedges, or french fries, and the one that I assume is Trent answers french fries. Orange Cassidy gets asked if he was conceived to the dulcet tones of, I think, like Michael McDonald or something like that. Orange doesn't know what dulcet means and looks that up. They get asked some question about someone having a catheter and whether they'd sign their piss bag. Trent's like, yeah, I'd totally sign a piss bag, and tells a story about when his brother had a catheter and Trent had a go of a spare one and managed to get it an inch and a half in before he gave up. Entertaining, but sort of I also find it sort of awkward, but I think that you're supposed to. It's like awkward humour, especially the fact that Orange Cassidy just basically doesn't even exist to me. He said so little words that he just basically isn't even there. After that, it's 35 full seconds of crowd noise and pyro, and then we get MJF and Jericho going backwards and forwards on the mic. It's just what we saw on Dynamite, but from the crowd's point of view, I'm sure there was something going on, but it's completely oblivious to me. It's basically just like watching Dynamite, but from like a YouTube clip instead, which I guess this is a YouTube clip, but at the same time, I don't know, if there's something going on, they should make it a little bit more clear. After that, Kenny goes to talk to the Bucks, presumably post-brawl, and they're sounding injured, making injured noises, oh, etc. Kenny goes up, asks them if they're okay. They say no. They ask Kenny if he's okay. He says as well as he can be, considering. The Bucks tell him that he's not the same guy that he was in Japan, and that he hasn't been since they started All Elite, and he just basically answers he's not listening. He's just absolutely consumed with Mox, and just starts talking about the fact that he can prove that he can beat him. He's like, I've got a belt, I just got to figure out, and he just seems sort of out of it and confused and, like I say, consumed with the Mox thing, and that I do find pretty cool. I do like that they're doing this sort of slow unraveling of Kenny Omega. It's pretty cool. Then, once Kenny leaves, we get Paige coming in, and he's not happy because he lost to Pac, and he's been losing lots, and he says that he's sick of being the least successful member of Being the Elite. And says that he can't do it anymore, storms off, and leaves the Bucks there, and they're just like, oh, this is supposed to be fun. After that, there's pretty much nothing. It's 46 seconds of music, 25 seconds of silence. It sounds like someone is in the room, maybe looking through a drawer, probably giving some sort of moody look. But other than that, it is just like, I don't know what's going on here. And it's just sort of getting frustrating. I tried to do an episode like this not long ago, and I tried to go through sort of the last 3 episodes of Being the Elite, but it's always just this sort of thing, you know, and I can't take these big silences where I just don't know what's going on. I don't know, you know, I don't get, like, the humour half the time. People like Orange Cassidy, like I say, just don't even exist to me. Half the time I have to really try and work out who people are. So it's getting really, really frustrating. And there's not much that I can see that can be done about it, really. Yeah, they're not going to change it for one person, and it's just really frustrating that, yeah, okay, I can follow the stuff on Dynamite, but they don't give you as much of the character stuff. You know, I feel like I'd be completely missing out on this Kenny Omega unraveling thing for the most part. That I have seen the stuff from Being the Elite, you know, or I've had Glenn telling me about it, and it's just, yeah, it's just really frustrating because I'd really like to be able to invest in these characters. I mean, again, when I'm watching the mailbag segment, I'm not even entirely sure who's talking. I sort of just guess at who's Chuck and which one's Trent, and then Orange is just the one that says the least words. But yeah, I just wanted to give you. My phone's trying to interrupt me and ruin the whole recording. I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an insight into what it's like to watch it from my point of view. I don't know whether this will be, you know, interesting to anyone else or not, but I thought that it might just open people's eyes a little bit in terms of, oh yeah, this might not be the most accessible format for Being the Elite and for AEW storytelling, because again, they do use video packages that they've used in Being the Elite on Dynamite, but a lot of it is the music stuff. I mean, let's take Wardlow, for example. He comes out on Dynamite last week, and they say, oh, we've seen him in video packages for months, and I'm like, have we? Okay, cool. That's awesome that everyone else knew that there was this guy that's, on his way coming. And I understand, as, Glenn pointed out to me, you can't always have the commentary spoon feed the audience what they've just seen. Oh, that video package there that just showed this, just showed Wardlow doing whatever. But at the same time, they need to work out a way to do it that isn't just, it's just show and tell, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's starting to wear on me a little bit and frustrate me. So that's why I just sort of thought I'd make this video. That much silence in a 15-minute video, probably. I'd say there's probably like 3-4 minutes of just silence or music, and it really doesn't allow for a good flow. And so that's what it's like to watch Being the Elite from my perspective. So if you've liked this episode, click the like button. You know where that is. Every interaction helps the YouTube algorithm like me more. And if you want to say something about this episode or Being the Elite, you know where the comments section is, or you can follow me on Twitter at Mason_WITD. Subscribe if you don't ever want to miss another WITD episode, and if you want to come say hi, the link to my Discord server will be in the description. So, I'm off, and you should have a good one.